Welcome and thanks for joining us for another edition of The Road to Las Vegas. Well, only 1 week of conference play remains until the 2010 Zappos.com West Coast Conference Basketball Championships at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. This coming week will be huge as both men's and women's teams jockey for conference tournament seeding. Later on, we'll visit with Portland sharpshooter Jared Stoll, but first, let's check out the highlights from last week's action. In a crazy week on the men's side, Loyola Marymount came up with two crucial wins, beating Gonzaga and Portland. Playing with a full lineup for the first time in nearly 2 months, the Lions handed the Zags a 74-66 loss. LMU freshman Ashley Hamilton led all scorers in the win over Gonzaga with 17 points. The Lions completed the sweep of their Pacific Northwest foes by edging Portland in overtime 77-68. LMU junior Larry Davis hit a fall-away lay-in with 6 seconds remaining in regulation to send the game into overtime. From there, Player of the Week, junior Vernon Teal took over, scoring 8 of his game-high 24 points to lead the Lions to the win over the Pilots. Gonzaga rebounded from its loss at LMU to defeat Pepperdine 72-54. Senior Matt Bolden led a balanced Gonzaga attack, tossing in a game-high 18 points while handing out 5 assists. St. Mary's moved to within a game of first-place Gonzaga with a 61-49 win at San Diego. The Gales got a game-high 16 points from senior Ben Allen, while his classmate center Omar Samhan notched his 17th double-double of the season with 11 points and 11 rebounds. San Francisco remained in the hunt for a top 4 seed thanks to a 71-68 overtime win at rival Santa Clara. USF senior Dior Lohorn scored a game-high 28 points, while sophomore Angelo Calario tossed in 20 to lead the Dons past the Broncos. Portland earned a split on its Southern California road trip, earning an 83-62 win at Pepperdine before falling at LMU. Portland's guard tandem of senior T.J. Campbell and junior Jared Stoll each tossed in 18 points to pace the Pilots' attack. Stoll drilled 6 three-pointers, while Campbell knocked down 5 trays to lead UP past the Waves. On the women's side, Gonzaga clinched a share of the WCC regular season title and the #1 seed for the conference tournament with wins over Loyola Marymount and Pepperdine. Junior Courtney Vandersloot scored a game-high 17 points to go along with 8 assists to pace 4 Zags in double figures in their 73-40 win over the Lions. Vandersloot earned Player of the Week honors. She led the Zags' attack versus the Waves, tossing in a game-high 23 points to go along with 9 assists. St. Mary's remained in second place in the conference standings and clinched a top 4 seed for the Zappos.com WCC Basketball Championships with a 60-54 come-from-behind win over San Diego. Senior Jontel Smith, playing in her final game at McKeon Pavilion, posted a team-high 18 points. Pepperdine and Loyola Marymount earned road splits on their trip to the Pacific Northwest, with both teams winning at Portland. Pepperdine's senior Miranda Iam scored a team-high 15 points in the Waves' 67-64 win over the Pilots, while LMU sophomore Alex Cowling scored 20 of her game-high 25 points in the second half to lead the Lions past Portland 71-58. Wrapping up this week's action, San Francisco earned its first conference win of the year, rallying to defeat Bay Area rival Santa Clara 58-52. Sophomore Reina Ale led 8 Don scorers with a team-high 17 points. We're now joined by one of the most prolific shooters in the nation. Jared Stoll already owns Portland's career mark for three-point shooting, and he's just 9 three-pointers away from joining the WCC's top 10 list in that department. Now, Jared, your ball club goes into the final week of conference action trailing St. Mary's by just 1 game for the 2nd seed in the West Coast Conference Tournament. How big would it be to move into 2nd place and get that bye through the first 2 rounds?
You know, the 2 seed would be huge to get because it's such an advantage to play 1 less game, but you know, if we have to do it the hard way, we'll do it the hard way, but the 2 seed would be something we're striving for and trying to get.
Jared, you and the Pilots have the benefit of finishing up your schedule at home. You'll play San Francisco and Santa Clara this weekend. How important is it to get those wins, especially in front of your fans at the Child Center?
Yeah, you know, at home the environment is just, you're comfortable. You're comfortable and the fans give you such a boost, and it's proven to be such an advantage. And the place you have to win is at home. So,
Jared, a few weeks ago you became the Pilots' all-time leader in three-pointers made in just your 3rd season. Now, have you had a chance to enjoy or bask at all or think about that record, and what does it mean to you?
You know, after I broke it, I had a lot of people congratulating me, and that was my time. That was my time to kind of enjoy it and know that I got my name in history for three-point shooting, which is something I take pride in, but there's one thing that's more important than that is getting your name up there for winning games. So.
Jared, earlier on in the season, you made 10 three-pointers. That's right, 10 against Idaho. How does it feel to be in a zone where you can nail 10 trays in one ball game?
Yeah, I often joke with my teammates about it's like throwing rocks into an ocean, and you know sometimes that's how it is in the game. You get a moment where you just feel like no matter what you do, you just throw it up there, it's going in no matter what, and that's one of the feelings you live for in this game. So.
Jared, the West Coast Conference Basketball Championships just 1 week away in Las Vegas. What does it feel like to step onto that neutral floor in front of fans from all around the WCC?
Oh, it's awesome. The big lights in Vegas and the neutral floor is a great thing because nobody really has a upper hand or advantage, and it gives a level playing field for both teams that are playing, and it's such a fun place to play.
Well, Jared, a lot of the folks who are watching this want to know how you do it, and a lot of us look at you and say, okay, he can shoot and I can't, and that's why you are where you are and we are where we are, and there are a lot of young kids also watching this who say, I want to shoot like Jared Stoll. Can you show them how?
All right, let's do it. All right, so these are the basics to shooting. First thing you're going to need to do is square your feet up to the rim. And you want to keep them about shoulder width apart to get your balance. And it's going to line your body up, and that's where your power is going to come from in your shot. And the next thing you're going to want to do is keep your elbow straight to the rim. Because if it's straight to the rim, that's going to make the ball go straight to the hoop. And that's what's going to make your shot consistent. And the next thing you're going to want to do is put the ball on the fingertips. A lot of people put it on the palm of their hand, and that makes your shot inconsistent. You have more control when you put it on your fingertips. And the last thing you want to do is follow through straight to the rim. And when you follow through, you want to dunk your hand in the hoop. And that's what's going to make your shot go straight and consistent every time. Hi, I'm Jared Stoll, and that's how you shoot the three.
Jared, great job. 4 in a row. Hey, thanks for helping us out. Thanks for taking us through that shooting clinic. Best of luck to you and the Pilots this weekend in the final weekend of WCC play. There's some big matchups this weekend. Let's take a look at them. On the men's side, Bay Area schools San Francisco and Santa Clara travel to Portland and Gonzaga, while Pepperdine and Loyola Marymount travel to St. Mary's and San Diego. The Zags can clinch a share of their 10th straight WCC regular season title with a win over the Broncos in a showdown you can see on ESPN2 as part of the network's Thursday night showcase. The men's conference season comes to a close on Saturday as San Francisco visits Gonzaga, St. Mary's hosts LMU, San Diego hosts Pepperdine, and Santa Clara travels to Portland. On the women's side this Thursday, Gonzaga looks to capture the regular season crown outright at Santa Clara, San Diego plays at LMU, St. Mary's travels to Pepperdine, while San Francisco hosts Portland. The women's conference schedule wraps up Saturday with the second national TV game in as many weeks as Pepperdine hosts San Diego in a matchup you can see on CBS College Sports. In other action, San Francisco hosts Gonzaga, St. Mary's travels to LMU, and Portland plays at Santa Clara. That wraps up this week's edition of The Road to Las Vegas. Join us next week as we get a little bit closer to the Orleans Arena and the 2010 Zappos.com West Coast Conference Tournament. It's time to look at the brackets 1 week from now. Until then, you can follow the WCC on Twitter at WCC Sports, or become a fan of the WCC on Facebook. I'm George Devine for WCC TV.